Hey guys, it's Clay from Clear Critique, and today I'm going to talk about a Batman show that I really don't think has got enough attention, and that is Batman Beyond. Futuristic setting, futuristic suit, new, younger, slightly more immature Batman. What are the main reasons why I think this is a fantastic Batman property? This show's awesome, so let's get into it. The way the show brings up classic characters like Bane or Ra's al Ghul, it's tasteful. That's really like the best word I can think of. It's tasteful and also interesting. The return of Mr. Freeze is just as tragic as it was in the original cartoon, and they also kind of hype up the violence in the episode.
We're only trying to help you.
Remember, there might be some momentary discomfort.
I like also how the Joker is treated like an icon by lowly wannabe gangsters. The Batcave is practically unchanged except for a slightly different color scheme, and also is just filled with relics. You can kind of just imagine the hours Bruce Wayne spends in there, just kind of looking over the life he had. The show doesn't rely on the Batman iconography to function. They're like fascinating little nuggets that serve a purpose, but if they didn't have them, the show could fully stand on its own. But what is a crucial thing a Batman show has to do to stand on its own? Batman villains are the best. We all know this. As far as superheroes go, this is the cream of the crop. The animated series not only, in many eyes, perfected some of them, they also invented some great ones. As a Batman show with all these new villains, how does it measure up? Pretty damn well, actually. While the animated series focused on the psychology of all these bad guys, Batman Beyond, in its futuristic setting, focuses on tech. And it's really cool to see all the different ways that these villains are born from and intertwined with technological themes. So Blight, for example, is a result of radiation poisoning. He's brutal, he's got a great look, and he also has like my favorite line in the show.
You killed my father.
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
My favorite is probably Spellbinder. He is wickedly passive. He makes individuals hallucinate and turns them into his accomplices for robbery. The ways the episode toys with the concept is honestly genius, and it's no wonder that he returns for several episodes. Shriek is the master of sound, something not really utilized by a lot of villains. This opens doors for a lot of different set pieces and abilities, including one section where the bad guy isolates Batman's sound. Also, his theme song is badass. Since this Batman is a teenager, the show often fuses tech with adolescent themes. Splicers are just desperate teens changing their DNA as a way to rebel. A young teen uses a telepathic connection to a machine for revenge on school bullies. The episode Winning Edge is a callback to Bane, only here the serum comes in the form of slappers pushed by a coach. The whole thing's basically an allegory for the kind of pressure student athletes can be put under, especially by over-competitive adults. To finish up, I want to focus on one aspect that the show nails that is both key to any Batman property, at least in my mind, but also kind of what makes this show in particular stand out. This show is really, really dark at points. Some of these sequences can be straight up disturbing to watch. In the Earth Mover episode, we're waiting to see who or what is creating these monsters made out of dirt. Is it some kind of military weapon, a science experiment, or, oh, it's a corpse. It's a corpse. Technically, it's a rotting person held together by chemicals, but, ugh.
Not accident. Not accident.
Oh, and it talks too. It talks. Yeah, that's great. I was what? 9 when I saw this? Yeah, 9. It was quite something to wake up to on a Saturday morning. There's a scene where Ink chokes Batman by forcing him to swallow her. I'm sure I activated someone's kink in the comments, but for me, seeing his hand go limp freaked me out. Let's not forget Sneak Peek, who loses control of the device that allows him to move through objects and starts to fall. Falling through floor after floor after floor, screaming the entire time until eventually plummeting into the planet's core. It's the kind of thing that talented, motivated artists come up with under the guidelines of TV-14. The point is they want to disturb their audience to a point, and not just to be edgy, but to hit home the stakes, the mood, and lock certain visuals in your mind. It makes the show memorable. I mean, there's just some parts that's just like, what the fuck? And look, trust me, I like a violent show. I can dig hardcore violence, but I respect a property that, when they have to blow up a character, knows how to make it visceral without blood. That's more impressive to me. Batman Beyond is a show for older kids, but it still has something that we as an audience truly need. It's got balls. It's daring, it's passionate, it has goals other than checking boxes. A great example of when art really feels like it's made by artists. Its attachment to the franchise wasn't a yoke, it was a diving board. So I want to ask you, have you seen the show? Would you like to see a review of the Batman Beyond movie? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reviewing the new Batman movie as well. I'm really excited for it. And say hi on Twitch. This is how I usually record my videos. As always, thanks for watching.